And you are good to go.
Okay. So I have been voted out, sadly. But first drawer, so that's good. Overall, I am very happy with how I played. I think this round I could have done a lot more to probably save myself had I been online more. But sadly, I was working, so that could not happen. I think my biggest downfall for this round was the fact that I was trying to save Scott. Even though eventually at the end of it, I was like, I feel like Scott's the only option that I can do. I did try to stick my neck out for him. So I think that probably costed me with throwing out Jordan's name. But I mean, Jordan, Travis, and Jodie are clearly a trio, and everyone's clocked them. So I am 100%, 99% sure one of them will be joining me in jury next round. Overall, I have no hard feelings for anyone in the game. I've had a blast. It's been a great game. I'm really happy with how I did. I'm impressed with how well I did, even though I'm here. But anyway, that's really all I have. I don't really have. I think I said everything at Tribal when I got voted out.
So let's go back to this past round where you were eliminated. Why were you trying to save Scott in the beginning of the round? What was your reasoning for that?
Well, Scott and I feel like we've been really close since day one. He's probably been one of the people that I've felt more connected with out of everyone in the cast. I guess his mindset was it was me or him, whereas I was at least trying to save me or him. So I think he took the easy route in that way. But it was purely because I felt like I I could rely on him in the future rounds, whereas I don't think I could rely on the trio.
And then once you realized that, well, you initially pushed for Jordan. Why was it Jordan the person that you were pushing for?
Because I didn't see Jordan voting out Jodie. And I see Jodie as someone that would want to make a move eventually. And so if I got into Jodie's head and been like, this is a move that you can make, it's a good move, you're already seen as a trio with them, why not separate that so you are more of a open player in future rounds? Because I can guarantee you, like, there's a good chance all three of them could be the next three out. So that was more so why I was pushing for Jordan, and I think everyone sees Travis and Jordan as the really close duo out of the trio. So yeah.
And so now I want to kind of go back into the beginning of the game. Once you saw kind of the people that were being revealed on the Facebook, the cast reveal was going on. Who were you like, oh, I don't want to play with this person? And who were you like, oh, that might be a person I want to play with, if any?
Amanda, I was really excited to play with. Honestly, I didn't know many of the people who were in the cast. Some of them were familiar faces, but most of them were new people who I've never met before. So that was a good relief. So Kevin is one that I probably wasn't really excited to play with purely because a lot of sequester people have that reputation of playing really hard and really quick, which I think Kevin did. But Amanda was probably the person that I was most excited to play with again because last time we played, we did really well together. So I was really excited to reconnect and hopefully do well this game, but sadly that didn't happen.
And then during your interview process, there was something that you mentioned, like you like to play with people that you haven't played with before. And there was in the beginning rounds, I don't know if it was the first round or the second round, there was a chat that was made between you, Rory, and Danny. And then during one of your first confessionals, you were like, Yeah, I kind of just want to go after these guys because they kind of just made the chat after we just played a game. Can you can you kind of just like delve into that, like your mindset, I guess, of like why you were mad at that and why you you eventually, I guess, went after Danny?
Okay. So the Denny and the Rory situation. 5 minutes into the game, and we didn't. I've never met either of them, like, or spoken to either of them really. We never played a game together. We played it at the same series. So I played the All Stars in another season, and then they played 2 seasons, like after mine. And so they were like, "Oh, we're all alumni of this game. All three of us are on the same team. Easy, done. We can work together." And I'm like, "I don't know either of you guys. You guys haven't even tried to talk to me or like get to know me. I'm not about to like align with people who are just like, let's just do the easy option." Um, I like to get to know people, get to talk to them. So that was purely the reason why. So it really annoyed me that they just assumed that I would be with them straight away because of playing the same game when I've played probably the same series as like multiple people in this game. So yeah, that was the main reason why. Does that make
And
sense?
then, yeah, absolutely. So, another question I have for you is how did you feel, like what was your strategy or like what was your feeling or read on the fact that you kept getting pegged early in the game as a trio with, Zach and Amanda? Like why do you think that happened? And, what was your like what were you trying to do to like not have that be a thing? Or were you trying to have that be a thing?
Um, well, it was never a thing. Um, I guess people saw me and Amanda as a duo purely because we won that challenge together. We did really well. Um, so I get that, and like Amanda always picked me pretty early on in like the team picking things. So I can see why people thought me and Amanda were close. I think the only reason Denny threw out the fact that he thought Zach, me, and Amanda was a trio was because I guess Zach, Amanda, and I are probably more known in the org community than others. So maybe he just assumed that because we probably know of each other more than everyone else knows each other. Um, he just pegged us as a trio, I guess. I really don't know where he got that information from. It was very bizarre and random, and I have no idea. It confused the hell out of me.
Um, and then we have a question. We have two questions or three questions from our
Ooh.
viewers lounge
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
that I'm going to ask you. So the first one is, how are you able to maneuver yourself throughout the game despite being a well-known orger?
I think this goes back to the casting because a lot of the people didn't know who I was, which was good, I guess. Um, I think I don't know. I really have no idea. I guess I got along with a lot of the people in the cast. This game changes every single round. It's not the typical thing. So I guess if you're talking enough to people, like you can slide by every round. Because as we saw the first few rounds, it seemed like the people talking the least or playing too hard were the ones that were going home pretty early. So yeah, I guess that was mainly how I did it.
Okay. Another question we have from our viewers lounge is, who did you not get to talk to in the game that you would have wanted to talk to more or work with more?
Ooh. Um, I would say Melissa because I think the round Melissa went was around me and her started talking more. And I felt like we would have been a really good group had she stayed that round. Because I was totally shocked that she got voted out. Um, yeah, Melissa. She's a chilled out person. We had the same vibe. It was good.
And then I have a question about the round that Amanda left, and then she
Mm-hmm.
gifted you her half idol, so you were able
Mm-hmm.
to have the idol, and you played the idol. what was the reasoning behind voting for Emma? Because it seemed like that round you were kind of at ends with Rory.
Correct.
So we kind of wanted to know why Emma.
Yeah. Why Emma was originally it was gonna be Rory all day. I was like, I'm gonna vote Rory, I'm gonna vote Rory. I talked to Brian and Corey, they both wanted me to do Rory. And then when Amanda went, I was really annoyed and pissed off because it was a total blindside to me. I had no idea she was going. And so I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do people's dirty work for them. If they want to target the people they want out, then they can do it themselves because I'm not going to like take out someone that everyone else wants out eventually anyway. So Emma, I saw as someone that would have other people's back before she would have mine. I also saw her really well connected with Isaiah and a lot of people. And so I didn't see any future with Emma working closely with her. Another part of it, I guess it's not a big reason as to why, but it was a part of it was like, I'm not someone that's about like the gender thing, but like we had Melissa go, and then we had Antoinette, and then we had Kira, and then we had Amanda. And I was like, why are we going girl after girl after girl after girl? So I was like, honestly, like I haven't voted a girl at all yet, so I'm just gonna vote Emma then. Most of it was purely because I hadn't spoken to her much, but I guess that was also a part of the reason.
Yeah, we
Which is
were
horrible to
thinking
say.
it was something that she had said at her answer during that tribal that triggered you to
A
do
part
it.
of that was a part of it because she said, I guess we all know what's happening. And I was like, oh, do we? Do we really know?
Right. Okay. If you could do anything differently in this game, what would you do, if anything?
I only look out for myself. I do better when I only look out for myself. So I really need to stop trying to save other people and let them save themselves because I'm good at saving myself. I'm not good at saving other people. So I think that was my biggest downfall, was trying to save Scott. I should have just let Scott die.
Okay. Who are you rooting for now?
I want someone to win that I feel like has had a target on their back all game. I'm not like as much as like like a someone who's been majority all the time. Like they didn't really have to fight to be there. And I feel like there's some people that have had to fight to still be there. I would say I'm rooting for Isaiah and Scott. Yeah.
So give me an example of somebody who hasn't had to fight at all, who's been in the majority, hasn't had to fight at all.
I think Brian and Corey have had an easy path to where they are. I think Jodalie and Jordan have an easy path to where they are. Yeah, I haven't really, as much as they've made, like, they've been in a majority to vote people out, they haven't really had the struggle of being a target of going home, I guess. Which is what I tried to do, and like, I just want someone that like to win this game that I feel like has been a powerhouse since day one.
So now, as you saw the other night, that you are the first person of the jury, obviously. Is that what you're like when you go into a finale? It's going to be dependent on obviously who's there, but is that what you're looking for? And, what are you looking for in the speech or in a finale performance from a finalist?
I can either be a really bitchy bit of juror, or I can either be a really fun juror. I feel like as time goes on, when more people come, they're gonna be the bitchy ones, and I'm gonna be the fun one. But the way I vote is usually I want someone that's confident and owns their game. I don't want someone to like suck up to me, try and like kiss my ass. I want them to literally be like, I voted you out, you were a threat. Like, that's what I want from a winner, is someone that's confident in their game.
So also as being the first juror, you're obviously going to be, seeing all the other jurors come in, whether they're bitter, whether they're, oh, it happens. Um,
Mm.
how are you going to, like, is it important to you to listen to what they have to say, from their perspective, or are you kind of more along the lines of, I want to hear it from the people that are, at the finale, or do you care what the other jurors say? Is basically what
No.
I'm asking.
I I am very stubborn, and I always think my way is the correct way. I'm a cocky like dickhead. Like I'm well aware of that. I own it. Um, so yeah, my view is the only view that I take into consideration.
With that being said, do you think that, people coming in, you would try to sway their opinion to be on what you want, or yeah,
100%. Yeah, I am a tyrant when it comes to jury votes. If there's someone that I don't want to win, I will make sure they don't win.
all right. Well, let me just quickly check the viewers lounge one more time. Yep. All right. So those are all the questions that I have for you at the moment. If you have anything else you want to add to the end of this exit interview, you can do so now, or I could go ahead and stop the recording for you.
I just want to say thank you to production for this great game. It was very different to what I'm used to, but I very much enjoyed it. So I appreciate all of you guys. And the comps are very different to everything that I've ever done. So good job on that part.